today I released a quick tip. I try to do these like really quick video tips, and I put them out on TikTok and stuff. And today, I did the one, which is, it's one of these things I feel like is very like appropriate for this conversation, because I've been thinking about it and it's something I do, which is, if you like, the question to really ask is like, what is the thing that you want to bring you happiness and success? Like, what is that for you? Like, what does that look like? Whatever it is. And it may change a little bit, but like, write that down. Like, the minute you can really think about it, like sit and think about what is true happiness, what is success for you, write that down and stick it like right in front of you. Like I was saying today, I just had this conversation. What I have right in front of me is actually a quote I have from Tony Hsieh. It's envision, create, believe in your own universe, and your universe will form around you. That to me is happiness and success. If I can achieve that and I can help other people achieve that, that's happiness and that's success for me. And I see it every single day. So that's what I tell everybody to do. Like, write that down, like whatever it is. So you're seeing it every day. And the thing, and this is exactly what Peter and Beth were talking about. And this goes to mindset. The fact that you're seeing that every day means every single day that you read that and see it and say it to yourself, you are subconsciously going to move yourself towards that. You just will, because that's what you're feeding your brain. That's what you're feeding your thoughts. So all your actions, whether you realize it or not, will bring you closer and closer to that happiness and success, whatever it is you've defined for yourself. That's the Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Like, you are what you think.
Yep.
You do get what you focus on, without a doubt. So many people get petrified and frozen because they're afraid of making the wrong choice, right? I know I lived a lot of my life afraid to death. I used to call it, I'm afraid to make a negative vector, because I would have to retrace my steps. And it's like, oh my gosh, how bad could it be? It's so silly. But there are big choices that I've made, that and other people have made too, that seem like the wrong choice, right? It seems like the absolute worst thing to do. You stumble, you have a difficult time with a business partner or whatever it is. But that's just part of moving forward. Sometimes we set up these challenges for ourselves to overcome those issues. So to think that that's a wrong thing is very, very limiting. It's a thing, and it might not be what you want, but it might be exactly what you need to help you move forward.
To get what you want.
To eventually get what you want, because you probably don't even know what you want yet, because you're still back here dealing with those issues. So it's a kind of a tough way of saying it, but it is the challenge that you have in front of you is exactly what you need right now to deal with in order to move forward to get what you want.
Yeah, and I think to develop that more, how do you make uncertainty power you instead of cripple you? How do you use that as your actual motor going through those things?
Sure. The great thing about the future and uncertainty is that you get to create it. And if you look at the future as something that you're empowering yourself to live into, then it changes it from, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? It takes you from being a victim and having to live with the circumstances that come your way into the conductor, to the manager, to the leader of yourself and into your life, and you step into it exactly knowing what you want. But if you go into it with fear, well, you're going to get things that you would justifiably be afraid of. But if you go into it with enthusiasm and power and confidence that it can work for you, and that's what you're going to see more and more of. Now, if you come from a place where you've all been in fear for a long time, it's going to take you a little while to change your mindset around. It's what Beth talks about quite a bit, your mindset around and some of those habits that you developed. But that's the way you make the steps in order to get there.
Yeah, nice. and I think when you mention challenges and like a lot of people look at it as like a negative thing, and I think that you got to switch that. It's like it's an opportunity. It's a positive opportunity thing. And if you change your brain to think that way, then it ends up being a better thing for you overall.
Right. That's one of the chapters we have in our book. Is it a problem or is it a challenge? Because we think of a problem as something that I have to overcome. It's in my way. But you think about a challenge, right? We all love challenges. That's why we go to competitions, right? That's why we step up to bat. We want that challenge. So think of all these opportunities that you have in front of you as a challenge. It completely, Blake, you said it right on. It switches your mindset.
If you could wave a magic wand, what are the three 3 or so things you would want someone to do in the next week to set themselves up for success in 2021?
Well, the first thing is to figure out what you want.
Okay.
So spend as much time with that as you possibly can to think about what it is. And if you just stay at the surface level and you say, I want more money, or I want a better job, or I want something to happen, you're not getting anywhere. You're not understanding what's in your way for getting it, because there are things in your way. Otherwise, you'd have it already. Because sure, everybody wants more money, and everybody wants more time, and everyone wants more something, but obviously you're not getting it. So why? In going through and drilling into that, well, what are some of the conflicts I might have? If I got a bigger job, would that mean that I won't have time to spend with my family? So that's a conflict that I have. So understand, maybe that's getting in my way of a bigger job. Maybe I don't want to work that hard. I'm afraid of working. Maybe I'm afraid of failure. So if you start asking yourself what it is that I want and all the reasons why I do want it, all the reasons why I don't want it, and drill into it, you'll find a lot more richness that you can then use to focus your energies on getting it. That's the first thing I would do.
Excellent. Beth,
Well,
anything to, yeah.
Absolutely. I could talk forever on this. But the thing that I think would be really important if I had my wish for everybody is to watch your thinking. Be a fly on the wall in your head and pay attention to what you think about when you're not paying attention. So I learned once upon a time that I judge everything all around. I'd be sitting there walking the street, or sitting there watching people walk down the street, and I'd be judging what they're wearing, how tall they are, how they fix their hair. And I thought to myself, Beth, why? Who cares? Let it go. It doesn't mean move on, girl. And I realized when I did that I took this cloak of judgment off my shoulder, and my life seemed to just lighten up. And so I think pay attention to the way you think when you're not watching. Be the fly on the wall in your head, and I think that will be really valuable information.
Chris?
Yeah, and I would say for a third one, because those first two are really good. I would say for a third one is really utilize all your strengths. And I'm even talking about the ones that you may not even realize that you have. And this is a great exercise to do. So if you've never done it, do this quick exercise. And it's a great way to reciprocate and do something nice for someone else too. Pick 5 people who know you really well and ask them what they think your best quality is. And then do the same for them. It's a great way to reciprocate, stay top of mind, and do something good for one another. But you'll be surprised sometimes about what people will say is your best quality, because you may not realize that. But once you have that, like, that stuff becomes part of your personal brand. But use that. Those are your strengths. And that's the stuff you're going to be able to use to get through, and will help you build your business, build yourself, build your brand, and do everything that Peter and Beth are talking about. Combine all that together, and that will really help get you through and get you going on this year for sure. And any year, really. I mean, it's something I actually need to do more of. I actually haven't done it in a while. I need to do it. I need a refresher.
You change over time. You get to be a different person. You get to have different strengths and all that. And you need to, double down on those as much as possible, what you happen to be good at that phase in your life. Yeah, super important.
You might be looking at Shoots.video and thinking, so how does this all work? Is this about A, setting up the whole crew for me, B, just giving me options and having me handle it, or C, something in between? Well, it's D, all of the above. To put it simply, we're here to help you in any way that we can to get the crew and talent you need for your next production. We believe that every level of video production can benefit from a well-maintained list of qualified crew members for every position. This goes for pre-pro, on-set, and for post. Every project is different, so if you need a producer to help manage the decision-making process, then we can totally do that. If you're already a producer and want to build your own crew from scratch, then go for it. We're here to make your next production a success. And if you are crew or talent looking for producers that want you, then you've come to the right place. Sign up now, and also leave a referral for any solid people that you know that are already on here. Thank you for considering Shoots.video, and happy shooting.